Hello there, and welcome to our Shield of the Sun video. In this video, what I'd like to do is talk about the times that we're in. As some people tend to wonder, about the situations that go on between, humanity today, mankind, man, male and female, situations pertaining to that. I've done a series of videos talking about things regarding the generations today for which there's much that we should learn about so that you can protect yourself. If you're a father, if you're a mother, if you're a son, if you're a daughter, things that you should look out for, or at least be aware of, or at least have some information regarding it. So, first, I'd like for you to join me in Ephesians. I'd like for you to join me in chapter 4. And I'd like for you to come with me into verse 17. And this is what we read. This I say, therefore, and testify in the Lord, that ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk, in the vanity of their mind. So what are Gentiles? What is the Gentiles for which is being presented here with the capital G? Gentiles was a way of saying Satanist. So we have Satanist. So what is it that's being told to us? So let's look carefully at it. This I say, therefore, and testify in the Lord, that ye henceforth, meaning us, walk not as other Gentiles, meaning walk not as other Satanists walk in the vanity of their mind. So we're being warned not to walk like the Satanists do. So what is it to walk? That is to take the ways of Satanists. So we're told, don't take the ways of Satanists. So what are these ways? In the vanity of their mind, that is to say, the narcissism of their mind. So as everybody has traits of narcissism, this is true. We all have vanity within us. Now, Satanists, they got vanity too. And their narcissism isn't considered a shame or something they got to work on or something they got to be careful of and not use it in evil ways and things of this nature. Instead, they use narcissism anytime they feel like it. So we're told what again? This I say, therefore, and testify in the Lord, that ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles who are Satanists walk, in the vanity, the narcissism of their mind, having the understanding darkened, because that's what happens when you're uncompassionate and you're willing to and you're unwilling to listen to God, his prophets, his seers, his teachers, those with knowledge, those with wisdom, being alienated from the life of God through the ignorance that is in them. That's confirming what I'm saying, because of the blindness of their heart. So now that we have this established, we are being told in the Bible that us as Christians and people in this world can be influenced by Satanism. And we're told as Christians specifically not to walk like Satanists do. Don't think like them, don't act like them, don't take up their ways as your own. So let's understand this darkness for which we are told to be warned of and for which alienates us from the life of God. So men and women today, boys and girls today, what is going on? So the first thing that we tend to, actually not tend, but see within the strata of social study regarding what we're seeing with boys and girls is that males, females, boys and girls are being taught rather subconsciously or subtly or through the sensorium of their minds to hate each other. And this hatred is produced in various ways through the vanity of their minds. And through the vanity of their minds, this produces the ignorance that is fostered and developed within them. And thus, within ignorance, it produces darkness. And what happens when you're dark? Well, you're blind to yourself, and you're blind to the condition of yourself and other people, which is the condition of Satanist. So Satanists spread this subtlety. They spread this subconscious influence rather through spells, rituals, curses of hatred to be fostered. Now, when hatred is fostered, the thing that hatred produces, according to the Psalm and according to Proverbs, is fear. Fear is what comes next. So when there's hate, there's fear. It goes hand in glove. So now when fear is produced, what do people usually do with fear? Some people, in fact, lots of people, have unhealthy ways of battling fear. So one of the primary things about fear is that it produces the most sinister actions out of people because they don't want to feel fear. They want to project it on other people. So I want you to imagine this scenario. I want you to imagine, let's say, a mother. Let's say a mother is a Satanist. And the mother that's a Satanist fears men. She's got a fear of men. She don't like men. So now she's got daughters. And perhaps maybe she's got a little son. Or maybe some boys she can get her hands on. And now what I'm about to say to you, if there's children watching this video or anything like that, I prefer that you watch this video with your parents. And if you got any questions, parents, please leave me your questions in the comment sections, and I'll be happy to answer them and get to them. So that being stated, imagine this scenario. Daughter, let's take this boy and teach him a lesson. Let's teach him a lesson about why boys should fear girls. And then out of nowhere, mom and some other adults, could be some men in the room too, will take this boy, tie him to a table, bend him over. Daughter, grab that dildo. Now rape this boy. Let's say the daughter is 6 years old and the boy is 6 years old. Now the daughter is being taught to rape her fears away. And you might be thinking, oh my God, no, that's not, well, yes, actually, that is what's going on in your society today. This also can be done in reverse. Let's say there's a father that hates women. He's had a rough time with them, whatnot. I don't really care. But if he's got issues. And then he teaches his boy, you see that girl over there? Yeah, I really love her. Do you really love her? Or should you go over there and smack the crap out of her? In fact, I want you to go over there and smack the crap out of her. In fact, your friends look hungry. Maybe you should teach that girl what's up. Instead of making love, you should rape her. You should teach her, hey, this is how we get down. And then, of course, these women, these Satanist women, will act the same way. And they'll take a boy and do that to him. When a little girl rapes a little boy at the behest of her satanic mother and adults in the room, now what they're being raised to do and think is that they could rape their way in through society. That it is their job to oppress men. It is their job to accuse men. It is their job to oppose men. This is how they'll see it. This is how they'll think it. Now you got a bunch of Satanists being taught by their coven leaders that they should do this to their children. They should teach the girls to oppress the boys. And they should teach the boys to go along with that and endorse oppression and be oppressors themselves. And now the entire generation got this being raised along with them. So now you got Satanists doing this to themselves. So then they go out into society. They go out into normal society. And now they're talking to non-Gentiles, non-Satanists, which is what most people are in this world. So what's happening now? Well, every time they commit these outrages, these disgusting crimes, they are magnetizing and imprinting demons of that crime upon themselves. And since they got vanity of their minds, and since we all have narcissism to battle with, guess what happens? Their vanity becomes a temptation to other people's vanity. So suddenly they're getting influenced and they don't even know it. They're picking up influences and they don't even know it. They don't even know why that's there, where that's coming from, but it's there. So now here is a problem that's happening. We're also tempted to be ignorant too. In fact, most of us are when we don't know certain information. When you don't know certain information, you're ignorant. So that could be me, you, that could be all of us at any time. So while that's all of us at any time, that at any time any one of us can be ignorant, at any time any one of us can be narcissistic, then the narcissist and who are the Satanists can subtly, subconsciously, and through their sensorium, and through spells, rituals, and curses, hexes and vexes, can induce the influence for which is magnetized to them, that hatred, that fear, that raping spirit, into other mothers, other fathers, other sons, other daughters. And they do that by committing subtle outrages against them and then make them feel like it's their fault. And they learn this magnetized influence by doing this to boys and girls for whom they had at their disposal to spread hate, to spread fear, to spread rape in their lives. Now the Satanists are darkening the minds of people, darkening their minds, and that is to say, blinding them from the methods of their influences against them. And now they take up certain subtle ways of doing similar things, if not the same things the Satanists do. And they do it, and they're not even officially members of an Abaddon Apollyon coven, or have any satanic beliefs to say they read the satanic Bible or anything like that. They believe probably in nothing. They probably go to church. And maybe not, but you'd be amazed. And thus, they're getting influenced by Satanists because they don't know they're Satanist. They don't know they're magnetized with demonic energies. They don't know that their righteousness is not righteousness. Their so-called Christianity and belief in God is not the true faith. It's not the way from the beginning. It's not God they believe in. They're getting influenced because of the darkening of their minds, the vanity that they're tempted with, and the ignorance we all inherently have. And thus, this is why we're warned specifically, henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk in the vanity of their mind. Now, it's interesting he says mind. What's the matter? What is the matter with the mind? The subject matter of the mind. Your soul is based within its four-power celestial force at the mind. So the force of your soul is in your mind. It lies right there in your mind. So imagine somebody influencing your mind. That means they need a spirit. They need their soul conscience to do that. That comes from seer ability. That comes from speech. That comes from artistic forms. That comes from influence. That comes from that. Ways of speech, ways of communication, ways of feelings, ways of emotions that are projected on others. And the projection is felt in your mind. And if you don't know what they're doing, well, your mind will still catch it. It will download it and take it in, but the information against it is not there. So then what happens is over time, these persons go out into the world and they start committing outrages themselves. So now we're told this: who being past feeling have given themselves over unto lasciviousness. That is to say, to be wicked, to be dark, to be rebellious, to an enjoyment of celebration of death over others. To look at others as just something you could take from them. They're all objects of affection for which to be robbed and destroyed and murdered by Satanists. That's how lasciviousness is. That's its premise. To work all uncleanliness with greediness. Let me read this to you again. To work all uncleanliness with greediness. Meaning so covetousness, they're willing to do anything dirty in order to get their hands on it. They'll produce hate. They'll produce fear. They'll produce rape. They'll produce destruction. They'll do these things for greed. They want what's yours. They want your blessings. They want your home. They want your car. They want material. They want protection. They want money. They want this. They want that. And usually, in all ways, when it comes to Satanists, at the expense of what you have. Are you happy? I want your girlfriend. Are you happy? I want your husband. Are you happy with this, and that? Then now I want this, and that. And I want what you got, and I want to see you with nothing. But I can't openly tell you that. So what I'm going to tell you is, oh, I'm so proud, and then work behind your back against you. Or subtly put things in your mind so that you can feed on that and sabotage yourself. But ye have not so learned Christ. That is to say, we didn't learn through Christ to do that. But they'll say they did. Satanists say that. Or those who are influenced by the Satanists will say that. But if you truly are of Christ, you know you didn't learn such ways from Christ, and Christ never taught you such ways. If so be that ye have heard him, and have been taught by him, as the truth is in Jesus. So Jesus did teach you something, but not that. That ye put off concerning the former conversation the old man. That is to say, the ignorant man that chooses to listen to bad advice and not a senior citizen, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lusts. That is to say, the evils of desires that are there but are being masked by deception. And be renewed in the spirit of your mind, your soul, and that ye put on the new man, that is to say, the one that's learned and aware, which after God is created in righteousness and true holiness. Join me in a prayer. Lord Jesus Christ, I pray, Lord, to cast down evils from our lives and deliver us from all selfishness, death, robbery, destruction, rape, hate, and fear. To cast all of these spells, the satanic witchcraft in any form of offenses, rather it be witchcraft, rather if it be sorcery, rather if it be black magic, or anything that is used, or anything that is unprescribed, and anything not allowed against another human being at their detriment and harm. To deliver us from every form of evil, in Jesus Christ's name, amen. Like to donate to Shield of the Sun, please do so using Cash App, the $ Shield of the Sun, spelled in small case letters closed together. I want to say God bless you to each and every one of you, and I will see you soon.